Yep, with that. Thank you. Right, I'm over in Ireland fishing the King of Clubs Festival. Fantastic festival. I think there's 79 or 80 in it this year. Great turnout, great fishing. What more can you ask for? 5-day festival, and yesterday I was on Killikeen and I drew peg 6, and I had a 16 kilo 800 on the feeder, which was enough for second in the match, second on the lake, because obviously 18 kilo won our lake and won the match respectively. So that's a good start really. I had a good day, lovely day. Caught loads of hybrids, fishing a chopworm feeder, skimmers, perch, roach, loads of bites, loved it. Fished about 30 metres out, dynamite Frenzy match black, a little bit of brown crumb, silver X bream, and loads of Brasem liquid, dynamite Brasem liquid in it as well. Fed about 1.5 kilos, 2 kilos of worms I reckon. But yeah, fantastic day. Yeah, now today, this isn't core free, I'm just doing the rundown on it. I was at core free, and I've been in the area where I drew before. Last year I drew it. Last year it's a really shallow peg. I drew peg 9 today. It's only like 5 foot deep, 14 metres out, and I had 10 kilo off it last year, so I was quite optimistic that although it's not produced, Andy Leathers was on it yesterday, and only had 4.5 kilo. So anyway, I just went with a pole approach really. I did set up a short chuck and a long chuck, you know, a 25 metre throw and a 50 metre throw, but I mainly concentrated on the short pole and 14 and 16 metres, and that's where I had all my fish. I think I had 2 or 3 fish on it at 25 metres on the feeder, and all the rest were on the long pole. The short pole didn't really fish. And a load of roach, and I just loose fed casters over my ground bait. I fed 4 balls of ground bait at the start, not a lot of bait because it's only a shallow peg. I didn't want to put too much bait out initially because it might spook them, and I just relied on loose feeding casters, and I've ended up with 6 kilo 400, which is won right hand side of core free, and it's second on core free overall, because the left hand side where it's deeper pegs, generally that's where the bigger weights come from, but it's fished really hard. Roy Toulson's won core free overall with 9 kilo. As I say, I was second with 6.5. So yeah, pretty good. Low weight, but you know, obviously because the festival's on weight instead of section points, I'm reasonably happy with that. I've got, I'd say, the bad section out of the way. ain't mad how it's happening, that. You are? You are? Yeah, well, no, it's like when you seem to rest it, you know what I mean? And it's the same on the pole, you get a run of fish, and then nothing. They just seem to be getting spooked so easy, don't they? Maybe you've had yours on lead, you're better fish, haven't you? What?
Days gone by.
Yeah, it's not the ideal.
Yeah, Chris. Pencils there, thank you. Pencils there.
Hey, we're in the shade all day, yeah.
Sticking in the box, we've got one for tomorrow then.
Well, I don't like.
But it's fucking pegs that strewn with tackle. One in next, I think.
Really? All right.
4 kilo 540.
Yeah, you were right to take round, weren't you? Thought you had more than that.
Right, day 3. Durnafest. Well, to be honest with you, after yesterday's weight, 6.5 kilo, I thought, well, I'm fishing for a big weight today. And I've drawn peg 16, happy days in the woods. I've never been up there before. The only problem with it is it's not been drawn peg 16 for the past 2 matches, so there's no bait gone in my peg. And I was a little bit dubious about this. Now it's been flat calm, no wind, and it's fished really, really hard. I've caught pretty steady on the pole, over ground bait, little pieces of chopworm. I've been putting balls of nuggets of chopworm and castor in all the time. But in the last 2 hours, I couldn't get a bite. I think I've put 4 roach in the net in the last 2 hours. I've ended up with 4 kilo 500, and that's been okay, really. I've not done anywhere in the section. There's 5 kilo 900s won the section. There's been 2 other 5 kilos, and then myself with 4 kilo 500. So you know, I need some big weights now, to be honest with you. Gulladoo now. I need to be on Gulladoo on the steps, and I need to be fishing for 15 kilo, I think, to get me back in the race.